welcome to Back to Basics 2.0 with me, your teacher, Natasha. Okay, so I thought I wasn't going to have time to record this show, but in the end, it's nighttime here in Melbourne. The kids are in bed and I am recording this show for you, okay? Because I promised you that on Wednesdays you'd have this show, okay? So let's make the most of it. What are we doing today? Today, okay, in Vocab Vortex, we're going to work on vocabulary that has to do with hairstyles, okay? Con estilos de pelo, con cortes de pelo, o con color de pelo, okay? And we're going to work on the structure of questions. Who's got curly hair, for example? Who's bald? We're going to work on questions where the question word is the subject of the question. Don't worry, we'll do that later on, okay? And, okay, as a new thing for you, this show is going to be shorter, okay? Why? Well, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about this a lot, and now with our express classes are basically what I used to do in Russian roulette, right? Just random exercises, practicing random things. Something's easier, something's more difficult. And I think that has replaced Russian roulette in a way. So I think I'm going to try and do the shows on Mondays and Wednesdays without Russian roulette, and our Russian roulette section basically has been replaced by the express shows, okay? So let me know what you think, okay? We can always go back. It's okay. We're still experimenting, but I like this idea of short classes, okay? I think people have more time to do this. I think they are, you know, sometimes you're probably thinking, I don't have time. And if you know it's only half an hour, 10 minutes or whatever, maybe more people will be willing to do it, okay? So let me know what you think. We're going to take away Russian roulette for the time being, but remember that instead of that, you have the express section. So in any case, okay, let's go to our first part of the class. Let's go to our review section. Okay, so what are we going to review? Okay, we're going to review what we did on Monday in our class, in our verbalicious section. Okay, remember that we're working on the verb to feel. And in our last class, we worked on vocabulary that had to do with fabric, okay, con tejidos. And we also worked on feel when it meant to touch, feel when it meant parecer, okay, to seem, which is what we're going to review. And we also saw to look like compared to feel like, and made with, made from, made of, okay? But what I want to review is feel like when it means parecer. Acordaros, hay muchas formas de decir parecer, okay? Parecerse en inglés, okay? Pareces cansada. Podríamos decir, you seem tired, you seem tired, me da la impresión. En general, you look tired, por tu aspecto físico, parece que estás cansada. You sound tired, okay, por tu voz, por teléfono, me da la impresión que estás cansada. Or, you know, that's about it with tired, okay? But in this case now, we have to feel tired, algo que se parece al tacto. Okay, so for example, it feels like silk. Parece seda al tacto. Maybe it doesn't look like silk. Okay, no parece seda a la vista, but it feels like silk. Okay, that's what we're going to review now. Okay, like always, remember to say things out loud en voz alta, and remember to really focus on the pronunciation of feel. Feel, como si esa I tuviese dos sílabas. Feel, okay? Let's start. Me encanta ese vestido. Parece seda. I love this dress. It feels like silk. I love this dress. It feels like silk. Very good. Este gorro parece lana, pero no lo es. Okay? Este gorro parece lana, pero no lo es. This hat feels like wool, but it isn't. This hat feels like wool. Parece lana al tacto. Okay, so careful with that. This hat feels like wool, but it isn't. Next one. Este pantalón parece pana. These pants feel like corduroy. Very good. You remembered the vocabulary. Very good. So I'll say it again. These pants feel like corduroy. Next one. ¿Crees que esta chaqueta parece cuero? ¿Crees que esta chaqueta parece cuero? Do you think this jacket feels like leather? Leather. Okay, do you think this jacket feels like leather? Okay, next one. Ready? Mi madre quiere comprar una blusa que parezca encaje, que parezca al tacto. Okay, so my mum wants to buy a blouse con una S vibrada. My mum wants to buy a blouse that feels like lace. My mum wants to buy a blouse that feels like lace. Very good. Next one. ¿Te gusta este sofá? Parece terciopelo. Do you remember how to say terciopelo? Let's try. Do you like this sofa? It feels like velvet. Very good. Do you like this sofa? It feels like velvet. Esta bufanda es perfecta para el invierno. Parece lana. Esta bufanda es perfecta para el invierno. Parece lana, okay? This scarf is perfect for winter. It feels like wool. It feels like wool. Remember, hueco, huevo, huelva, es ese sonido, ¿ok? Nada de gul, gul, no. Wool, como un búho, wool, ¿ok? ¿Crees que estos guantes parecen de ante? ¿Ok? Parecen al tacto. Do you think these gloves, como si fuera una A. Do you think these gloves feel like suede? Suede. Do you think these gloves feel like suede? Very good. One more, okay? Mi hermana prefiere vestidos que parezcan seda. My sister prefers dresses that feel like silk. One more time. My sister prefers dresses that feel like silk. Very good, okay? For those of you that are following me on Patreon, okay, remember that you can follow me on Patreon and you can have access to all my notes, all my classes, everything that I create, all my exercises that I create for the class. I put them there so it's easier for you to follow the class. It's easier for you to review things. Pero acordaros, yo cuando miro abajo muchas veces me salto alguna pregunta o lo que sea, okay? I'm warning you, okay? Hay veces que miro y leo mal, y leo y interpreto cualquier frase. I'm just saying this because sometimes people write to me and say, you didn't say this, you said this. That happens sometimes to me. I just look down quickly and I make up, me invento lo que dice. Okay? All right, so now that we've finished this section, let's go to our second section of the day. Let's go to Vocab Vortex. Okay, Vocab Vortex. What are we doing? Remember that we're following the books from Objetivo Inglés. This is book 20. We are focusing on the beginner section of these books, okay? So remember that these books are split up, están divididos. They're split up into 3 levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And we are focusing on the beginner section, okay? Each book, cada libro, each book has different, actually 4, to be more specific, 4 topics, 4 vocabulary topics, and then a grammar point, un punto de vocabulario, digo, de gramática, que tiene que ver con ese punto de vocabulario, okay? And in today's class, we're going to focus on hair, okay? En realidad se llama let your hair down. Let your hair down. Suéltate el pelo, okay? Pero en realidad es una forma que tenemos de decir que alguien se relaje, que disfrute. Let your hair down, you know, enjoy the party. Let your hair down. Relájate, okay? that sort of thing. It's an expression that we can use. So like always, we're going to start by focusing on the vocabulary. Let's have a look at the vocabulary. Let's look at the pronunciation, and then we'll see the grammar, and then we'll practice everything, okay? So let's start. Pelo rizado. How do we say this in English? Pelo rizado. Curly hair. Se escribe curly, okay? But we don't pronounce it like this. We pronounce it curly. Curly. Curly hair. Now, we're going to stop for a second and I'm going to insist on the pronunciation of hair because we're going to be saying this word a lot in today's class, okay? Es con una H aspirada. Hair, no. Hair, hair. Como si te calentaras las manos cuando tienes frío. Hair, hair. O como si limpiaras el móvil. Hair. It's that sound. No es una J, okay? So, I'll say it again. Pelo rizado, curly hair. Pelo liso, straight hair. Straight? Straight. Straight, como si fuera S-T-R-E-I-T. Straight hair. Very good. Pelo ondulado. How do we say this? Wavy hair. Wavy, we spell it W-A-V-Y. But we pronounce it, este sonido otra vez, wavy hair. Hueco, huelva, huesca. Lots of places, okay? But just make sure that you're saying like an owl, como un búho, okay? Next one, pelo castaño. Brown hair, okay? Decimos pelo marrón. Brown hair. Esta O se pronuncia como una A. Brown hair. Very good. Next one. Pelo rubio. Very good. Blonde hair. Blonde hair. Now, aquí tienes una de las pocas palabras en inglés que cambia la forma de escribir. Yes, la palabra cambia, solo la forma de escribir, no la pronunciación, según si es masculino o femenino, okay? Because it comes from French, okay? So if you're talking about a woman, okay, it's blonde with an E, con una E al final. And if it's a man, if it's masculine, then in that case, blonde with no E, okay? It ends in a D. But in both cases, it's pronounced exactly the same. It's blonde, con una D fuerte al final. Blonde. Very good. Next one. Pelo oscuro. Dark hair. Dark hair. Very good. Morena. Okay, chica. Una chica morena. Brunette. Okay. Brunette significa morena de pelo. Okay. Y solo se aplica a chicas por alguna razón. Okay. If not, you would say dark-haired, I think. Dark-haired, okay, que tiene el pelo oscuro. He's dark-haired, él es moreno de pelo. He is dark-haired. But if it's a woman, you would say she is brunette or she's a brunette. You can even turn it into a noun, okay? And finally, calvo o calva, bald. Se escribe con una A, pero se pronuncia como si fuera una O. Bald. Bald. Very good. Okay, so let's practice these words. And like always, we're going to do an exercise. I'm going to ask you some questions, okay, using these words. And I'm going to ask you 2 questions per word. And you have to answer out loud, en voz alta. So, vamos a practicar curly hair, rizado, okay? Curly. Curly. So, did anyone in your family have curly hair when they were young? Cuando eran jóvenes? Did anyone in your family have curly hair when they were young? Well, in my case, yes. My brother, mi hermano, my brother had curly hair when he was young. And ask me if my kids have curly hair. Okay? Entonces, tenéis que decir, Natasha, do your kids have curly hair? One more time. Do your kids have curly hair? No, my kids don't have curly hair. Very good. Next one. Is straight hair easy to brush? Is straight hair easy to brush? What do you think? Yes, I think so. Yes, straight hair is easy to brush. Straight. Straight? No. Straight. Very good. Ask me if I have straight hair. So, Natasha, do you have straight hair? Do you have straight hair? Usually I have straight hair. Look, this is my hair. This is my natural hair. It's a bit wavy. But sometimes it depends. It depends on the day, and it depends on if I went to bed with wet hair. Okay, sometimes I fall asleep, a veces me quedo dormida, I sometimes fall asleep with wet hair and my hair is wavy like today. But if not, my hair is usually straight. Yes. Okay, so that was a very long explanation in case you were interested about my hair. So next one, okay? Wavy hair, pelo ondulado. Who in your family has wavy hair? Who in your family has wavy hair? Well, in my family, my mum has wavy hair. My mum has wavy hair. And ask me if I'd like to have wavy hair. Natasha, would you like to have wavy hair? ¿Te gustaría tener el pelo ondulado? Would you like to have wavy hair? Yes, I would like to have wavy hair. I'd like to have wavy hair. Now we're going to practice brown hair, pelo castaño, brown hair, okay? Ask me if I had brown hair when I was in high school. Ask me if I had brown hair when I was in high school. So, Natasha, did, okay? You have brown hair when you were in high school, cuando estabas en el instituto? And the answer is yes, I had brown hair when I was in high school. I had brown hair, red hair, purple hair, all colors, okay? Any color, I had it, okay? So yes, I had brown hair when I was in high school. And do many people in Spain have brown hair? Do many people in Spain have brown hair? Yes, right? A lot of people in Spain have brown hair. Very good. Now we're going to practice blonde hair. Blonde hair. Ask me if there are a lot of people in Sweden with blonde hair. Okay, so ask me, Natasha, are there a lot of people in Sweden with blonde hair? Yes, there are a lot of people in Sweden with blonde hair. Very good. And ask me if people go to the hairdressers to get or to have blonde hair. Si van a la peluquería. So ask me if people go to the hairdressers to have blonde hair. Okay, so ready? Ask the question. Very good. Natasha, do people go to the hairdressers to have blonde hair? Yes, a lot of people go to the hairdressers to have blonde hair. Very good. Now we're going to practice dark hair. Okay, dark hair. So ask me. No, don't ask me. Answer this question. Were you born with dark hair? Were you born, naciste con el pelo oscuro? Were you born with dark hair? In my case, no, I wasn't born with dark hair. I wasn't born with dark hair. Now ask me if my kids had dark hair when they were born. Si mis hijos tenían el pelo oscuro cuando nacieron. Okay, so one more time. I'll say it again. Ask me if my kids had dark hair when they were born. And the question is? Very, very good. Natasha, did your kids have dark hair when they were born? Yes, especially Luna. But both of them had dark hair when they were born. Very good. Next one and the last one, brunette. Okay, brunette. Remember, we only use it with women. Okay, so ask me if there are a lot of brunettes in my family. So Natasha, are there a lot of brunettes in your family? And the answer is yes, there are a lot of brunettes in my family. Very good. And ask me if my cousin is brunette like my aunt. So Natasha, is your cousin brunette like your aunt? Yes, my cousin is brunette like my aunt. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to practice the grammar point, okay? So Vamos a preguntar, por ejemplo, ¿quién tiene el pelo, lo que sea, de una determinada forma, ¿no? Entonces, ¿quién tiene el pelo ondulado? Who's got wavy hair? Who's got wavy hair? We're going to practice with got. ¿Podemos decir who has curly hair? Sí. Okay, we can use this. But just to make sure we're practicing different things on different days, today we're going to insist on have got, okay, in this exercise. So, who's got, porque contraemos who has, contracted who's got wavy hair, who's got curly hair, okay? En este caso, claro, who es el sujeto de la pregunta. Y si no sabéis identificar eso, pensad en la respuesta. ¿Cuál es la respuesta? Pues María. María tiene el pelo ondulado, okay? That's the subject. The answer that we're looking for is also the subject of the sentence. Pues en estos casos, okay, no invertimos el orden, no ponemos un auxiliar extra. Esto lo vamos a practicar después, okay? Lo voy a explicar después. En este caso no se ve tanto porque al final es who has got, pero vamos a ver otros ejemplos en el presente simple. Por ejemplo, who lives there? ¿Quién vive ahí? No decimos who does. No usamos un auxiliar en estos casos. I know it's confusing. I'm always saying it's a question, the auxiliary. But there's one exception and it's this, okay? When the subject of a question is the question word, there's no auxiliary, no inversion, nothing in the question in English, okay? Let's practice. ¿Quién tiene el pelo rizado? Who's got curly hair? Who's got curly hair? ¿Quién tiene el pelo liso? Who's got straight hair? Who's got straight hair? ¿Quién tiene el pelo ondulado y castaño? Who's got wavy brown hair? Who's got wavy brown hair? Wavy brown hair. ¿Quién tiene el pelo corto y rizado? Who's got short curly hair? Who's got short curly hair? ¿Quién tiene el pelo largo, liso y oscuro? Who's got long, straight, dark hair? Let's say it again. Who's got long, straight, dark hair? So, you have to remember lec. L-E-C, lec. L, longitud. E, estilo. Y C, color. ¿Ok? Entonces, por eso usamos este orden. Long, straight, dark hair. Long, longitud. Straight, estilo. Y lo último, la C, ¿ok? El color. Dark, en este caso, ¿ok? So, who's got long, straight, dark hair? ¿Quién está calvo? Who's bald? Who's bald? Very good. ¿Quién es rubio? Who's blonde? Who's blonde? ¿Quién es morena? Who's brunette? Very good. Okay, so the next exercise that we're going to do is an exercise where you're going to say the opposite. Okay, so I'm going to say, for example, who's got long hair? And you have to say, very good. Who's got short hair? Who's got short hair? Very good. So, who's got curly dark hair? Who's got curly dark hair? Let's say the opposite. Who's got straight blonde hair? Who's got straight blonde hair? Very good. Next one. Who's got long blonde hair? And the opposite is, who's got short dark hair? Who's got short dark hair? Next one. Who's got short straight hair? What's the opposite? I'll say it again. Who's got short straight hair? Very good. The opposite is, who's got long curly hair? Very good. Next one. Who's got long curly dark hair? Who's got long curly dark hair? What's the opposite? Ready? Okay, we're going to say this together. Who's got short, straight, blonde hair? Very good. And the last one. Who's got short, straight, blonde hair? Very good. I'll say it again, okay? Who's got short, straight, blonde hair? What's the opposite? Well done. Who's got long, curly, dark hair? Very good. Very, very good. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'd like to practice, okay, I'd like to practice these questions that are an exception in English, okay? These questions where we don't use an auxiliary, we don't change the order for the question. It's when the question word is the subject of the question, of the sentence, okay? So in this case, I'm going to say a sentence and you have to ask me the question. For example, okay? Peter likes ice cream. Peter likes ice cream. And the question is, who likes ice cream? ¿A quién le gusta el helado? Who likes ice cream? Very good. No decimos who does like ice cream ni nada de eso, okay? Who likes ice cream? Next one. Michael had a good idea. Michael had a good idea. What's the answer or the question? Very good. Who had a good idea? Who had a good idea? Very good. Next one. Tokyo is the capital of Japan. Who's the capital? Pardon. What's the capital of Japan? What's the capital of Japan? Very good. The students studied for the exam. The students studied for the exam. The students studied for the exam. And the question is, who studied for the exam? Who studied for the exam? Okay, next one. Sarah plays the piano very well. Sarah plays the piano very well. Who plays the piano very well? Who plays the piano very well? Very good. Next one. The movie starts at 7. The movie starts at 7. What starts at 7? What starts at 7? Very good. Next one. Susan visited Paris last summer. Susan visited Paris last summer. And the question is, who visited Paris last summer? Who visited Paris last summer? Jason and Emily went to the zoo. Jason and Emily went to the zoo. What's the question? Who went to the zoo? It's much easier. These types of questions are much easier in English, okay? I know it's difficult because it goes against everything that I've told you, but really they're much easier because all you're saying is who went to the zoo. You don't have to use did, you don't have to change the order, you don't have to do any of those things, okay? Next one. The meeting with the manager is scheduled for tomorrow. Está programado para mañana. The meeting with the manager is scheduled for tomorrow. Very, very good. What is scheduled for tomorrow? What's scheduled for tomorrow? Very good. 2 more. John can speak 3 languages fluently. John can speak 3 languages fluently. Well done. Excellent. Who can speak 3 languages fluently? Who can speak 3 languages fluently? Very good. And we have the last one. Are you ready? The tall tree in the garden provides shade. Okay, it gives shade, right? So the tall tree in the garden provides shade. And the question is, what provides shade in the garden? What provides shade in the garden? Very good. Okay. The next thing that I'd like to practice is lec. Lo vamos a llamar así, lec, longitud, estilo y color, ese orden, okay? That's the most natural way to talk about things. Now, in this case, I spoke to you about hair, okay? But really, it could be anything. It could be anything. So, remember, lec, longitud, estilo, color, ese orden. Translate these sentences. Ella tiene el pelo corto, rizado y rubio. She has short, curly, blonde hair. One more time. She has short, curly, blonde hair. Él lleva un abrigo largo, elegante y oscuro. Él lleva un abrigo largo, elegante y oscuro. He's wearing a long, elegant, dark coat. Let's say it again. He's wearing a long, elegant, dark coat. Very good. Okay. The next one is the challenge, okay? Remember that I always talk to you about a challenge. You're doing great. I'm really proud of you. You're all sending me messages. It's fantastic. Remember, you can comment on YouTube, on Spotify, on iVox. You can write to me on Twitter, wherever you want, okay? This is the challenge. I want to see if you're paying attention, okay? I'll say it. Tienen una mesa, ellos tienen una mesa redonda. No, perdón. Ellos tienen una mesa pequeña, redonda y de madera. I'll say it again. Ellos tienen una mesa pequeña, redonda y de madera, okay? And since I'm talking to you about the comment section, since I'm talking to you about all these things, remember you can follow me on social media, okay? On Twitter, _Pascua, todo junto. On Instagram, _Pascua, okay? So I can tell you about the updates, I put videos and just lots of different things. So follow me there. Another thing is you can watch this on YouTube if you're interested, okay? So you can find me, _Pascua también. And if you're interested, remember that I told you that I put all my notes, all my creations, all my exercises, okay, on Patreon. For €5 a month, you can have access to all my notes, okay? And you can find me on Back to Basics with Natasha Pascua on Patreon. And one more thing, okay? If you'd like to have a live class with me and other teachers too, okay? It's not just me. There are many of us teaching there. I'm on the English Collective, okay? Right now, the day that I'm teaching is Friday evenings in Madrid, okay? Friday at 9 o'clock in Madrid. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here in Australia, but I'm happy to do it. So if you'd like a live class with me every week, access to a lot of exercises, content, other classes with other teachers, you can go to the englishcollective.com, and if you use the code Natasha, okay, el código Natasha, the first month is completely free, and month 2 you get 50% off. So month 1 you'll pay €0, month 2 you'll pay €10, and as of month 3 ya sí que pagáis €20, que no es nada, es lo que cuesta una clase particular, una hora de clase particular, okay? So it's nothing. So remember, use the code Natasha. Okay, so let's go back to lec, longitud, estilo, color, and let's keep on practicing, okay? La niña tiene el pelo largo, rizado y rubio. The little girl has long, curly, blonde hair. The little girl has long, curly, blonde hair. Very good. El edificio tiene ventanas altas, estrechas y de cristal. I'll say it again. El edificio tiene ventanas altas, estrechas y de cristal. The building has tall, narrow glass windows. The building has tall, narrow glass windows. Very good. Ella tiene el pelo largo, liso y oscuro. She has long, straight, dark hair. She has long, straight, dark hair. Very good. Ella lleva un vestido corto, floreado y colorido. Okay? I'll say it again. Ella lleva un vestido corto, floreado y colorido. So, she's wearing a short, floral, colorful dress. Colorido, colorful. I'll say it again. She's wearing a short, floral, colorful dress. Very good. 2 more. La niña tiene el pelo corto, ondulado y castaño. The little girl has short, wavy, brown hair. Very good. One more time. The little girl has short, wavy, brown hair. Very good. The last one. Are you ready to say the last one? Remember, say it out loud, en voz alta. Vamos a hacerlo. Él lleva una corbata larga, estampada y azul. Let's see if you know how to say estampada. Él lleva una corbata larga, estampada y azul. He's wearing a long, patterned blue tie. He's wearing a long, patterned blue tie. Very good. You did an excellent job. I'm proud of you. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.